What began as a home repair has spiraled into a legal nightmare for one local mother.
She's a military veteran, a cancer nurse, and a single mom. She's now locked in a legal battle after asbestos was discovered in her home and remediation efforts allegedly went wrong. Tonight, I'm sharing that mother's story and her years-long fight for home repairs. For Cody Huseman, the place she once felt safest now scares her the most. The home she worked years to buy after leaving the military and starting her nursing career may have exposed her and her daughter to something deadly. How did this nightmare begin for you?
So it began with my daughter and I returning home from a family fun night at our school, and I walked through the front door and it looked like a waterfall was coming through my kitchen.
Take a good look at this video. It was March 18th, 2022. You can see water coming from the second floor, running through the house and into the basement. Cody says she immediately called her insurance company, USAA.
They gave me a list of vendors to pick from.
Cody says she chose MJ White & Son of Novi. She says crews arrived the next day, cut into walls, removed wet drywall, and set up industrial fans. When the fans went up and you and your daughter were in there, what did you see?
Well, there's a lot of dust, and I remember asking them specifically, is it okay for us to, be in here?
Cody testified she was told it was safe to return home. MJ White employees later testified they did not remember the job or what Cody was told. The fan stayed in place for 8 weeks, according to Cody. Industry standards say most residential water damage is typically dried within just 5 days. Concerned her home was still wet, Cody says USAA advised her to hire another company. On April 30th, Cody hired Restoration One of Heartland. According to legal filings and testing results, mold was discovered in the basement where water from the original leak had collected. At that point, Cody says no asbestos testing had ever been done.
Once they did the environmental testing and found the mold, that's when they asked me where my asbestos testing report was, and I had never heard anything about that.
Restoration One then hired Sanair to test the home. According to the complaint, samples tested in May showed a heavy concentration of asbestos in the home with the highest numbers in the family room. Air testing, also in May, detected asbestos. We went to OSHA's official website, which says there is no safe level of asbestos exposure. It can lead to significant lung issues, including cancer. With these results, Restoration One brought in Global Green, a company specializing in asbestos removal. When you learned that you had asbestos in your home, what did you think?
I knew a little bit about the dangers of asbestos given my career path, and my whole entire world kind of came crumbling down. All I knew is that my little girl and I had been in that environment for a long time, and I knew that that was not good.
Now, nearly 3 months after the leak, Global Green told Cody in writing the home was safe to return.
I went in and was pretty shocked at what I saw. A lot of dust, all of the food still in my pantry, chunks of drywall on top of cans in my pantry. I mean, it was just everything that they had said that was supposed to happen did happen.
Cody then turned to a state-sanctioned firm recommended by MIOSHA, BDN Environmental.
My initial assessment, there was dust and it was dirty. It did not appear like an abatement action had actually taken place.
BDN's final report was delivered on July 15th.
I found that the air quality was at what they would say the clearance threshold. For the levels to be that high at that point, that was pretty shocking to me.
Smith says testing showed asbestos contamination inside the home, with air levels measuring at the legal limit. If Cody's in there with her little girl and they're breathing this air in every day, that means what for them?
Yeah, it means that over time, that's going to lead to a significant exposure.
Cody and her daughter, now living in a hotel, received a message from USAA. Lodging and living expenses would no longer be covered.
Basically just said, hey, this is taking too long and you're not covered under asbestos, so we're out.
USAA declined to comment, citing ongoing litigation. Cody now says she's paying a mortgage on a home that she cannot live in because of contamination. insurance premiums without coverage for damage, rent for a condo for her and her daughter due to displacement, and mounting legal bills. According to court filings, her attorney estimates losses totaling more than $1 million. The legal fight began last year with lawsuits and countersuits now involving multiple companies. Cody's attorney says required testing should have been done before any work ever began.
If they followed their duty to test the walls before they began busting things out, this whole thing could have been detected early and avoided.
Cody says she is exhausted, but not giving up.
I have my little girl looking at me, you know, and I need to keep going for her. All I want is for my home back and to get my life back for my daughter.
I reached out to USAA, Restoration One, MJ White & Son, and Global Green for comment. All declined, citing ongoing litigation. A judge has now granted a stay, temporarily pausing the case while an appeals court decides whether it will take up a challenge to an earlier damages ruling. We'll continue to follow it until the very end.
No doubt that feels like a living nightmare. I was trying to count all the companies that were involved, one after the other.
I mean, too many, 4 companies in all. But what people need to know out there is before anyone comes and cuts into your home and that sort of thing, you should be testing for asbestos or mold, depending on when your home was built. So everyone needs to put that in their brain and remember that for sure.
Definitely didn't think about that, but now I know.